What's up everyone, this is Cyberknight, and today I have an Elemental Hero Neo stat profile for you guys. So yes, of course, I'm using the brand new support that came out in Cybernetic Horizon, as well as our brand new fusion that came out in the 2018 Megatins, because Neos has actually been getting a lot of support lately, which is awesome. I mean, I finally have a reason to rebuild this deck. The nostalgia is definitely there from GX, which is one of my favorite series that's come out for Yugioh, and a reason to use Neos fusions is always going to be a good thing. So, oh yeah, and first off too, I want to make this really clear because it is Heroes, it is Neos and everything. This deck is mainly focusing on Neos. I know it's pretty clear, from the title and seeing all that, but I know people are going to ask, where's this card, where's that one? It's mainly focusing on Neos, because with Heroes, there are so many different ways you can build them. They have so many fusions and everything, which is one of the reasons I like them so much. But I just want to make that clear, that I'm not going to throw in like 80 different Heroes and stuff, because we're mainly going to bring out those Neos fusions. I mean, that's just as simple as it is. So let's go ahead and go through the cards. And also, real quick before that, hit that like button if you enjoyed, because, yeah, just shows you want to see more deck profiles in the future. And it helps out a ton, too. So I have to say that at the beginning, but like I said, let's go ahead and move on to the cards. Okay, and starting us off, of course, I am running two of Elemental Hero Neos. You gotta have Neos in this deck, obviously. I mean, that's really simple, and two of them are perfect because you can easily recycle them over and over, get them back. Mainly, you want to try to get them on the field, of course, and even get them in the graveyard, so then you can go for a contact fusion. So, really simple on that. Then afterwards, I am running three of Elemental Hero Honest Neos. It's basically what it sounds like. It's an honest card for heroes, really, because that's what you're able to do. It's like a hand trap for you. You can power up your different heroes, give them 2,500 attack, run over your opponent with that, do some extra damage. It's just really great, and especially too if you have like one of your weaker heroes out there, your opponent has a stronger monster, just use that from your hand, power them up, and then most of the time you're going to be able to just run over that opponent's monster too. So it's just really great for that, and it's pretty much what it sounds like. Then, of course, after that, I am running three of Elemental Hero Prisma. Prisma is still like one of the best heroes out there. I mean, seriously, anything that involves fusions, it seems like it's always like the MVP, because what you're using this card for is basically to use its effect, you're able to make it become, Neos, or even one of the Neo-Spacians, and then pitch them to the graveyard, and then you have whatever you chose from that. So it can be, instantly a Neos on your side of the field, which you can contact fuse with that. Also, too, with this deck, you want to send your Neo-Spacians and Neos to the graveyard a lot, so you can use Miracle Contact, because then you can fuse from the graveyard like that. So being able to do both of those is just great. So obviously, it's just another way to get a Neos out there, and even just get things that you need to the graveyard to go for that Miracle Contact. Really simple. Then, after that, I'm also running three of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. It's the closest thing we have to Stratos right now, obviously. So with this card, it's still a great searcher, one of the best heroes out there, and also it allows me to use like the Mass Change engine as well, because Mass Heroes are just great. They work with any version of heroes, so it's so easy to put them in there. And also to go along with that, I am running one of Vision Hero Vion, because with this card, it's just kind of a setup card. Most cases, you're going to summon Vion, use its effect to pitch Shadow Mist to the graveyard, get Shadow Mist's effect to then search for a hero, and then you're just setting everything up too. And then Vion is also really good to use a Mass Change because Dark Claw. I mean, it's, the same with both of those actually. So yeah, that's the reason I only want one of them, because he can kind of get the ball rolling. But yeah, Shadow Mist, it's pretty much our Stratos right now until we, in English anyway, can get Stratos back again. Now for Neo-Spacians. I am running two of Neo-Spacian Grand Mole, which is, in my opinion, the best Neo-Spacian. I think most would agree. Then one of Flare Scarab, one of Dark Panther, and one of Air Hummingbird. And that's not all. Yeah, we're going for just about everything. Also one of Aqua Dolphin, which is the one that's getting so much hype lately. I still find that to be hilarious. So yeah, these are your Neo-Spacians. Hopefully the face cam is not in the way. I'm trying to pay attention because so many cards are put on the table. But anyway, Glow Moss is the only one I'm not using. You're going to probably notice that really easily. It's just Glow Moss isn't really one of the better ones, unfortunately. Even though I love his fusion. I think he has one of the coolest fusions. But these are the ones you're going to use the most. And if you are lucky enough to actually have more than one Air Neos, you might want to have another one of Hummingbird. It's just for me, I was lucky enough to have one Air Neos, so I'm just going with one Hummingbird, which is still great either way. So with these, of course, they give you access to your fusions. And with Grand Mole, like I said, I just run an extra of him because he just has like the best effect by himself. Being able to return a card to the hand like that, a monster back like that, is great. So yeah, that's your monster lineup for that. You could throw in a Glow Moss, I guess, if you want, but I just don't feel like Glow Moss is really worth running, which kind of pains me to say that. Okay, now moving on to our spell cards, I am running three of Contact Gate. Yeah, this was the sneak preview card, of course, from Cybernetic Horizon, and basically what it does is it helps you get out your Neo-Spacians. I mean, it's pretty simple on that. Helps you get more Neo-Spacians out there, which then you can fuse with. It is pretty simple, and yeah, I mean, just another way to get out your Neo-Spacians to go for those fusions again is always going to help you out so you have more access to just keep fusing, because that's kind of the thing I don't like about the Neo-Fusions, which I think most people would agree, is that when they return back to the extra deck, I mean, that's a big problem. I wish they would get to stay on the field. So having cards like this that can help kind of play off that, help you get your Neo-Spacians back over and over and help you refuse is great. So yeah, you definitely want to have 3 of those. Then, of course, after that, I'm running 3 of Miracle Contact. This is your Miracle Fusion. This is how you're going to fuse your Neos fusions probably the most. Of course, to remember, I'm not going to run polymerization because Neos uses contact fusion. You don't need polymerization, so just in case someone didn't know that. But this is your closest like fusion card because Miracle Contact is really Miracle Fusion just for Neos. It's the best way to put it, because you're able to get rid of them and then just, especially the ones that are in your graveyard. That's the reason you want to use Prisma to set up like that. Use this card. I mean, Magma Neos, boom. Nebula Neos, so easy to bring those out over and over. I've wiped out the universe twice. But anyway, it's just a way to bring out those fusions just even easier, and it's just great for that. So yeah, it's your closest like fusion card if you want to think of it like that. Then also I'm running 3 of Convert Contact. Again, just a way to use your Neo-Spacians. But yeah, basically it's just a great way to draw some cards and also get those Neo-Spacians to the graveyard for Miracle Contact. Then, yeah, this is the one that kind of bugs me. I am running 2 of Contact Out. Yes, this is the terrible printer edition of these cards. I'm actually using proxies, obviously, on this. This card's really not that tough to get. I looked through all of my commons. I could not find it. It's from Gladiator's Assault. It's just a common, too. Like I said, I don't think it's pricey, but I didn't want to make you guys wait longer on the video. So I printed out some of them. They look terrible, but they're good enough for the video. So I'm very sorry about that. I know some people hate it when I use proxies, but yeah, I have ordered these. They're on the way. Of course, I'm not going to use them in a tournament because you can obviously tell they're fake. But yeah, it's a great card. Either way, though, it is a card you want to use because it's like your diffusion for your Neos fusions, because it separates them. That way you get all the materials back. You can then actually do a ton of damage to your opponent, because if you go for a fusion, let's say Magma Neos, okay? You're attacking your opponent. Then after that attack, you do some damage. You can also use Contact Out right afterwards. Then you're getting Neos, Flare Scarab, and Grand Mole to your side of the field. All those can do some pretty good damage too, especially Neos, being 2,500. And then you could even refuse with them later if you want to. You can link summon with them if you want to. I mean, it just helps you set up the field pretty well. So I really like it for that reason, and just being able to defuse like that helps you out a ton. Then, of course, I am running 3 of E-Emergency Call and Reinforcement Army. I mean, those are your searchers. Help you get your warriors and heroes. There you go. They're really simple on that. Then 3 of A Hero Lives. This is just basically free elemental hero. That's what it does. You special summon one. You give up half your light points, but in most cases it's to help you set up a field that is going to be really tough for your opponents to deal with. Really good for that reason, obviously. Anything with heroes is going to run that. Then, of course, we got to have 1 of Monster Reborn, because Monster Reborn is at 1 right now. Foolish Burial, it's good with Shadow Mist, is the reason. And then 2 of Mass Change. So I can go for my Masked Heroes. Plain and simple on that, and all are pretty straightforward. Alright, now moving on to the extra deck. First off, I am running 2 of the brand new Elemental Hero Nebula Neos. So yeah, this is our brand new fusion that count in the Megatons, obviously. And I gotta say, I'm still really surprised this card is as good as it is, because I was worried when I heard new Neos fusion. I was like, you never know what Konami's gonna do on that. And this card is actually really awesome, because it can help you negate an effect of a monster, you get to draw cards from it, and it's able to just get rid of the field as well. And also being a 3,000 attack monster, yeah, it's actually a really good Neos fusion, and whenever you have things like Miracle Contact, where you can easily just go for this monster, you can really do some damage to your opponent. So with this one, it is a great one to have. I mean, it's the only one I think I'm running 2 of out of the Neos fusions, and that's just because with that draw engine, everything it has with it, it's just great. So definitely recommended, and it does give a lot of power, I feel like, to Neos again. So that's awesome. Then after that, we have all these different Neos fusions. So here we go. First off, Magma Neos, one of the best fusions out there, probably one of the strongest by itself like that. So another one I always try to go for. Then we have Storm Neos. This one is kind of a heavy storm, is the reason. I mean, I guess it's in the name, right? That's the reason I like it. If you're going against a deck that uses a lot of spell traps, wipe them out. It's great. And another one, too, that's pretty easy to bring out. Then Yeah, the expensive Neos card, the one they still haven't reprinted, is Air Neos. So this card needs to be reprinted. It's really expensive, but it's also one of the best Neo-Spacians. It might actually be the best one in my opinion, just because it can do so much damage to your opponent, and it's pretty ridiculous. But seriously, Konami, give it a reprint. It needs it. I'm lucky enough to have one at least. I got it way before the hype, so because I love heroes. Then we also have Aqua Neos. I mean, you're going to have your different fusions, obviously. So Aqua Neos, Grand Neos, Dark Neos, and Flare Neos. It just kind of depends on your situation to which one you're going to bring out. It's really that simple. So, yeah, it just depends on that. Flare Neos can do some damage. You can, Grand Mole can get rid of a monster. It just does like that. And also, too, they're all great targets for when you're using Prisma and stuff, too. So, it just depends on your situation, plain and simple. Then, of course, since we're using Mass Change, I am using 2 of Master Hero Dark Law. I mean, obviously, with Shadow Mist and everything and Vion, go for Dark Law like that. Still one of the best heroes out there. And then, of course, Master Hero Koga. So, I am using Neos, obviously, so I have light heroes. And Koga is really good to go for, too. So, it gives me another option, another Master Hero I can go for. And also, to remember, I know someone's going to ask, you can go for these using Mass Change. It's not an actual, even though they're fusion monsters, you don't fuse for them like with Polymerization. I know that sounds silly, but I know someone's going to ask or say something like that, so I got to make sure. But yeah, Mass Change, easily go for those, and it's obviously great. I mean, Master Heroes are some of the best heroes out there. They work in everything. And then last but not least, we actually have a few Link monsters that I'm using because I'm running 2 of Isolde, 2 Tales of the Noble Knights, because anything that involves warriors, I mean, this card is amazing. You guys have seen what it does for Gokis and everything, but yeah, it's just great in anything that involves warriors, so obviously I feel like it's a good option to have. And then Decode Talker, because random good Link monster is honestly what I went with. You can go for other things too, but I just kind of threw in Decode Talker because I know it's a cheaper one to get, and it's still a great Link monster to have anyway. So that was my choice on it, but again, you can switch out on different things too. And yep, there you go. That is my Elemental Hero Neos deck profile for you guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new Neos cards. I mean, any kind of new support that comes out for them, I want to rebuild heroes. Gives me a reason to, you know? As always, though, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profiles, openings, and other things too, news and all that stuff. I'll keep you guys updated. Ring the bell so you don't miss out. And of course I will. Catch you guys later. See ya.